Rishi, Anayaka's been climbing up everything at home. Very risky places because I know her books are on a table and she has to climb up two things to get one book out. And it's almost like she's going to fall. And everybody's after me to pad that area. And I'm tired of padding. Every area, every corner, I've padded up the whole house, and I just feel that we never had that. So why is it important to keep padding and preventing them? I don't think it's the right thing. I think in my boarding school also, it was never like that. We were all kids alone without any parents. So if we were getting hurt, we go to the hospital, getting ourselves sorted. I don't think it's the comfortable thing to do because everything is so available to us today.
I think this bubble wrapping and making the kids' room like an insane asylum is absolutely counterproductive. There are inherent risks involved in life, and if they don't learn how to manage that now, they'll never learn it and they'll have difficulties later in life. So it's important that they learn how to play around risk and engage in risky play. It means letting them do things that makes you uncomfortable and that makes them uncomfortable.
But what if they get hurt, some cut, something will happen? No, because there is some furniture is not always perfect.
So the whole point of risk is that things can go wrong, and they will. And it's okay for them to learn from that. If nothing goes wrong, you never learn how to fail or fall, right? And that's not a lesson you want to learn later in life and be incapable of dealing with it. And that's why we see so many adolescents with these anxiety issues and nervous breakdowns, because they've never had to deal with these difficulties earlier on in life and learn how to actually process it in a healthy way.
So it relates all the way to taking risks in life.
Think about it this way. If a child likes to climb something high, like a tree, which is not structured, where the branches can break, where there are inherent risks involved, they have to go through this process of getting to a height, being comfortable at a height, getting over the fear and the fear response, where your heart rate goes up, your legs start shaking, being okay and getting used to that physiological process, which will happen throughout our lives. We can't get away from fear and anxiety stimulus, right? The older we get, the more it comes, especially with our jobs and things like that. But here, the worst that can happen is maybe they'll get a bruise or possibly a broken.
That's not acceptable.
It is acceptable at this age because it's absolutely not acceptable once you're older, because the healing time and the way that you deal with it later on is going to be much worse. Whereas kids are resilient, they learn from this experience, they learn from all of these bad and good experiences. And if you just take away the bad, half of the learning is gone. Lack of a better term, half-baked. And you'll see a lot of these psychological dysfunctions pop up later because they haven't processed all the emotions that they can at a young age, because we've protected them, we bubble wrap them from this.
So I know this might be a very far off question, but I need to ask you this. So a lot of kids give up very easily and they tend to harm themselves because they are unable to cope up with a lot of things in life, say exams or pressure of something. Is that one reason? Can this help avoid that in some way? Because they probably learn that it's okay, you need to get up again and fight again.
That's a fantastic question, and this is something that I've also been researching a lot on. Dealing with stress, dealing with fear, and dealing with anxiety is learned at a young age. The more you are put into situations by yourself, not forced upon you, by engaging in play or in social interactions, the more you learn how to cope with it better. And this can only be done by allowing risk and danger in controlled environments to affect them. If we protect them from everything at an early age, we ill prepare them for the stresses that come later in life. And then definitely you will see more of them fall victim to, essentially life, because they are not prepared for it.
Great, then. Send them out to play outside more.
I would say let them play outside more, let them engage in risky behavior. Kids love to go climb on heights, they love to move fast, so you'll see them running fast, cycling fast. The more they engage with these things.
So what are the kind of activities they should be doing?
they should be allowed to play outside in playgrounds, not in controlled, padded environments. They should be allowed to climb trees, go on monkey bars. I've seen so many playgrounds remove monkey bars because kids fall and break their arms. Yes, they do, but so many learn how to fall, learn how to manage their body, learn how to correct themselves when they're falling. They learn how to manage fear when they're at heights. Let them cycle. The only thing we want to basically correct is there shouldn't be hazards in their way. Now, the difference between a hazard and a risk is a hazard is something that the child is not aware of that can hurt them. So, like a broken bottle in grass, yeah, they won't see that and they're going to get hurt. That's not teaching them anything. But engaging in climbing something that is a little dicey or scary, they know what can go wrong and they are learning as they do it. So we shouldn't eliminate risk, we should teach them how to manage risk, but we should remove the hazards.
Awesome. Thanks.